What interesting times we live in. The leaders of the West are pushing massively against globalization, and at the same time, China has its president stand up and defend globalization.
我宣布，一带一路国际合作高峰论坛圆桌峰会开幕。
So the Belt and Road Initiative is the big idea for the world, and what it does is it tries to convey this idea of engaging with China on your terms, but also on China's terms.
The Western financial crisis in 2007-8 was a key moment. The economy had to be reconceived. There were new opportunities, and he recognised them.
In the raw politics of international relations, what it means is a greater emphasis on a multipolar order, driven by multilateral institutions, pursuing a community of common destiny.
我们生活在同一个全球村，我们每一个国家都要承担一份责任。
中国方案是构建人类命运共同体，实现共赢、共享。
I'm Marianne O'Hotter. Some people are saying that the 21st century will be China's century, and I think that's absolutely right.
My name is Danny Forster, and I've had the opportunity to travel all over China. Right now, they have a really active position on the world stage. So my question is, will this role produce more stability or more tension?
I'm Dr. Jordan Nguyen. We're moving into a future where China is becoming more powerful. Oh, yeah! And people of my generation want to know what that world will look like. In this episode, we touch down on 4 continents to discover how Chinese investment and culture are changing lives, as China takes its place as a leading player on the world stage. To understand China's vision for the world, a good place to start is Africa. In May 2017, Kenya saw the opening of the biggest infrastructure project since independence. It's a train line that connects the capital, Nairobi, with the coast. The Madaraka Express, all part of China's global investment in infrastructure, known collectively as the Belt and Road Initiative.
这个“一带一路”呢，能不能作为中国最重要的一个中国方案，向全世界提供一种新的发展模式、发展道路和发展理念。
The backbone of any economy is infrastructure. It doesn't matter how many goods and services you can produce if you cannot deliver them to market.
Kenyan women are key to the success of this new railway.
我叫伊丽莎白，我今年24岁，我是肯尼亚女火车司机。 And that means my name is Elizabeth, and I'm 24 years old, and I'm a Kenyan female driver.
Elizabeth speaks Chinese because she learned to drive her train in China. Today she's preparing for a special journey. The world's press has turned up to capture the historic moment. President Uhuru Kenyatta declaring the line open and taking the inaugural journey. Just look who's in the driver's seat. Before the Chinese came on board with the project, rail travel in Kenya had been way off track. The previous line, built over 100 years ago, was known locally as the Lunatic Express and was unable to meet the needs of modern Kenya.
All attempts to make that railway commercial so that it can carry a lot of freight and also carry a lot of passengers has been unsuccessful.
Solomon Una was an engineer on the old line for over 40 years, but he had a dream, a brand new line fit for the 21st century. There was just one problem: money. Finally, in 2014, President Xi Jinping offered a solution: a loan of 90% of the costs of the new railway, technical expertise and overseas training for Kenyans. For Elizabeth, a whole new chapter in her life began.
When we went for training in China, that was the first time I got hold of driving a train. It was really exciting because I thought this is something I didn't imagine myself doing.
一个国家发展就是要对它的人力资本进行投资，我们帮助他们来进行人力资本投资。
The investment in infrastructure in Kenya will expand into the interior is massively transformative for countries that need to trade. If they can use that capital to invest in a country that is 100% arable land, or where they can easily grow crops, then they can say, we'll build the infrastructure, win for you, but in return, we need food. Can you export all your food to us? Win for us.
Following the success of the president's opening, Nairobi to Mombasa has become a regular trip for Elizabeth.
After turning on the locomotive, the journey starts.
The journey, which once took 24 hours by train, now takes a mere 4.5, to the delight of Elizabeth's passengers.
Because by bus, it's hard to plan because you don't know if there's traffic or not. But with the train, it's guaranteed.
Everyone wants to try the train. So that brings business to Mombasa. That brings business to Nairobi.
And this new line is all about business. The motivation for China getting involved is the expectation that improved transport links between the port of Mombasa and Nairobi will energise the Kenyan economy.
This project has given the Kenyans a lot of pride. High speed, high capacity, modern railway.
My hope for the future is to see a Kenya that is growing day by day. I feel like I have empowered so many women out there. I really like my job.
The core idea is to improve infrastructure in developing countries, and it leverages to a large extent China's experience in infrastructure, whether it's trains or roads or airports.
The reality is China is doing what it's doing in Africa across the world. They're doing it in the United States, they're investing in Canada, in the United Kingdom, they are massive investors in South America, in Asia, in Europe.
The Belt and Road Initiative is China's idea to relink Africa and Europe with Asia via new infrastructure. And it isn't only about developing countries. Anybody can get involved. One place hoping to benefit from Xi's Belt and Road dream is a city that owes its beauty and status to history, to the last time the Silk Road flourished. Venice, Italy. Former Mayor Paolo Costa, Venice-born and bred, is on a mission to revive the glory days of his city. 500 years ago, it was one of the richest and most cosmopolitan cities in the world.
It was absolutely the point in which everything was happening. Maybe today I have to say it's the Shanghai of that time.
All thanks to trade along the medieval Silk Road. But today, Venice has a problem. Tourism is almost the only industry left in the city. Its old prosperity as a wealthy port city built on flourishing international east-west trade is long gone.
我们要对接所有国家的发展的战略，我们这是使亚洲地区、非洲地区复兴，也要使欧洲地区进一步的复兴。
Well, what makes now very special is what it was, not what it is. Maybe what it will be. That's my project.
Paolo believes Venice has the chance to become the port of choice for ships coming from the east once again. He's on his way to China to speak at a Belt and Road conference in Tianjin. Belt and Road projects are already under construction. Railways, roads and bridges in Ethiopia and Laos. Power plants across Central and South Asia. Ports in Greece and Pakistan. This combination of Chinese expertise and investment aims to jumpstart global economic growth. In 2016, over $47 billion was spent on Belt and Road projects.
When you read the literature on One Belt, One Road, the underlying thematic is win-win.
really win-win has to now start meaning win-win for China and its partners. There can't be an idea that it's always on China's terms.
Tianjin, China. Paulo Costa has come to speak at a Belt and Road Initiative conference.
Professor Paulo Costa.
When I was a child, I was told the wealth of my city came exactly from the Silk Road.
它一带一路不是 not a plan, but China initiative. 它 initiative 倡议就是说我倡议你也来加入。
Paulo's project to revive Venice's fortunes is cutting edge.
Thank you, Mr. Costa.
The idea is to build a deep-water container port 8 kilometres offshore that will bring vital new business and jobs to Venice without damaging the ancient city. He tried for years without success to get investment in Europe. Now, a Chinese civil engineering company has come on board, bringing investment, maritime construction expertise, and an enthusiasm for the project to match his own.
There was a matching with the attitude coming from the Chinese in their own One Belt, One Road strategy. That's why they are the best allies of this idea. And maybe those around the world are perceiving better this opportunity.
And Paulo is optimistic the energetic trading spirit of the Silk Road will soon be felt again in his home city of Venice.
This is a Venetian renaissance, and it's really interesting to see the links that China is making across Europe, across the whole world.
But bottom line is the Belt and Road Initiative is essentially one of the most important worldwide ways of thinking since World War II.
If you look back on the 1940s and 50s, tremendous amount of thinking of how to create a world order that would ensure peace and prosperity for everybody. I mean, ultimately, that's what everybody wants.
我们要将一带一路建成繁荣之路，发展是解决一切问题的总钥匙。
Hangzhou 2016. The people of the city are preparing for the G20 summit, from the bike repairman all the way to the all-female park patrol wardens. This city is getting ready to welcome the world. I think one of the byproducts of China's now public role on the world stage is that the world is listening. For the first time, China will host the G20, and President Xi Jinping will chair the meeting.
I think that's the first time in modern history that a Chinese leader has had that kind of audience in the West.
中国对外开放不是要一家唱独角戏，而是欢迎各方共同参与，不是要营造自己的后花园，而是要建设各国共享的百花园。
The things that Xi Jinping says, his philosophies, his ideas, are not just germane to the Chinese people, but to the world beyond.
Xi Jinping is a leader who dreams very big dreams. I think he has a genuine sense of personal destiny as well.
Strong, far-sighted, self-confident.
Does represent someone who combines a very good sense of history and a dedication to his father's dreams of a modern and developed and progressive China.
Alongside Xi Jinping's commitment to globalization is his concept of the community of shared destiny.
愿同广大成员国、国际组织和机构一道，共同推进构建人类命运共同体的伟大进程。
This idea